Hi, I'm Bob Bautizzato with CRBR Clean Right Build Right here in Chico, California. Wanted to get out a quick little video in light of what's happening in our communities right now with all the fires. So we wanted to send something out that might help you with some ideas, thoughts, suggestions, and tips if you have been affected by the fire or if you are in harm's way of the fire that is happening in our community. Hopefully this short video, will give you some ideas and options of what you can do if you were affected by it, but also some resources that I'll read here in a minute in each community for us as well. So the first thing is, obviously we have fire damage up here in the North State, but it's pretty heavy right now, as you can see. There's fires everywhere, all the way from Santa Rosa up to Redding, the Oregon border, and all around Chico and such, and even down south. But let's focus here in our community that we really need to be prepared. I know you've heard this in the past, but it's time to be prepared. This is a reality that seems to be happening every year, and it's escalating every year as well. So I'm going to send a message today of be prepared. How do you get prepared? Well, there's various things on the internet you can look into, checklists, ideas, preparedness kits, if you'd like to go that far. But simplicity would tell us that just to be prepared in case you have to evacuate, get yourself the important documents in your household, make copies of them or originals, and have them in a secure place where you can grab those at a moment's notice. You may even want to have copies somewhere as well that maybe not at your home in case you can't get back to your home. Safe deposit box or something like that. But if you don't have that resource, at least have them handy so you can grab them out of your home. Insurance policies, important documentation, that type of thing. Also, make sure you have access to either cash or credit cards. You will possibly need those. You may have to stay someplace for a period of time. So if you have those resources, those financial resources, make sure you have those someplace secure as well. I know some people have an open-ended credit card sometimes with a line in it that they use in case there is an emergency. The other thing is medication. If you have certain medications and such that you are going to be needing, have those documented and slips from your doctor potentially, or whatever you need to get those medications in case you are displaced from your home. So those are just some suggestions, but we got to be prepared. You can see what's happening in our community. Probably never thought we'd see lines of cars on the freeway and evacuations, and it's happening. So I encourage all of us to be prepared and do what we can to get prepared. The next thing is resources in the community. We have some right now that I'm going to read to you. We're also going to put them up in this video so you can go back and see them and write these down. But let me give you one right now, is the American Red Cross. We're fortunate that we actually have a home office right out of Yuba City. The American Red Cross is in most of our communities. Their phone number is 530-673-1460. That's 530-673-1460. And they can do some great things for you. They have a lot of resources at their fingertips. I encourage you to reach out to them. Their website also many times has information on local fires and what's happening in the area. The other, for those of you that have pets and animals, which in fire situations it's extremely important we try to protect them as well. There is an animal resource, North Valley Animal Disaster, 530-895-0000. 530-895-0000. That's the North Valley Animal Disaster folks as an animal resource. There are currently right now some evac sites going on, evacuation sites. There's one in Oroville currently right now at the Church of Nazarene. The address is 2238 Monte Vista Avenue in Oroville. Their phone number is 530-533-7464. This has been posted, but I wanted to give that to you as well, that is one in Oroville. And in Chico, we have the Neighborhood Church at 2801 Notre Dame Boulevard in Chico. Phone number 530-343-6006. Also, some additional resources here in the North State is the BTU Emergency Command Center, 530-538-7111. That's 530-538-7111, BTU Emergency Command Center. Facebook and Twitter, social media is actually a good resource many a times at times like this. You can go out to the hashtag HoneyRunFire or hashtag Cherokee Fire. The people that are out there are usually great information. They're in the fire, they know what's happening, they know about other places that are accepting individuals or can be a resource for you. So take a look at social media. And then for more information, if you'd like, you can go to CRBR.com. We have a myriad of information out on our website, resources, tips, ideas, and suggestions for situations just like this. So CRBR.com can help you as well, or you can give us a call and we can help you out. Those are some of the resources that are currently available. Now let me just explain some ideas and concepts to you of what do I do now. My house has been affected by fire and such. A lot of folks have never been through this before in their life, and I hope you never are. But if you have been or currently, it's an emotional situation. It can be a very distressing situation, and not everybody understands what the aspects of all the inner workings of how does this work now, what do I do, especially if you've been displaced out of your home. So I'm going to give you some just quick ideas and tips and an outline of what you might be facing. The first thing is, if you do have ownership of your home or ownership of the facility, I know you're worried about the property, but I want to let you know that you do have options. With everything that will be coming at you and everything you have to work through, take a moment to take a breath and interview people and get with some people you feel you can trust, because you do have options. As the owner of the property, it is your right to suggest who you work with or who you want to have help restore that property. So you do have some options. One thing is, get with your agent right away. They can be a great advocate for you. They can be your advocate not only in understanding your policy, especially if it got burnt up in the fire, what's the ramifications of the policy, what's the situation working through the carrier itself. Your agent can be a real advocate for you, working with the insurance carrier and also taking you through and understanding your policy, your limits, and what resources you can pull on in that policy. For instance, many folks don't always read their policy and don't know if they have temporary housing under their policy. Many policies do have temporary housing available. You want to find that out right away, especially if you've been displaced out of your home. You may be covered for that to get some temporary housing. And there's a lot of companies that do this nationally where they can put you in a home for the time being until your home is put back, reconstructed and or cleaned or whatever needs to be happened due to a fire. So temporary housing, critical situation to know if it's in your policy and available. The second part is securing your home. Make sure your home is secure. I'll talk about that a little bit more in a minute here, but getting that home secure at some point so that there's no more further damage to it, and when you can go in and possibly go back to your home or not, but I'll talk about that in a minute. But securing the home is critical too, securing the site and the facility. We don't want anybody going into your home or coming by or seeing this as an opportunity. So that brings me to the fire department. The fire department they're fantastic in times like this. We all know that. We've seen what they're doing over Facebook and what they're doing in our communities. They are stretched a little thin right now, but the fire department, when they come in, it's their command center. It's their environment now. And what you have to look for with the fire department is the release of the property, so it is safe for you to go back. They're not going to let anybody go back into harm's way. They're not going to let anybody go back into an area that where there can be more damage created or certainly loss of life. So the people you want to talk with or be associated with if you've been in this environment is the fire chiefs, code enforcement, the local fire inspectors. They're all going to be there to make sure that that property and that area is safe to go back into, and they will release the area for people to go back. Once that's done, you can get back in there potentially and do that securing of the home as I talked about, and maybe getting some of your belongings if they haven't been damaged, or get back into your house and your area. So the fire department's critical. Stay close to them, hear what they're saying, what they're helping you with, and look for those code enforcement people, those fire inspectors and those police chiefs and such to help direct you in that way. The next thing is to understand that this is not a remodel or a construction job that you're adding onto your house or you're building a home. This is a settlement process, and there's a difference. Because insurance is involved, this is a settlement process that needs to be settled. And there's various pieces that need to happen to make sure this goes well for you. I'm going to talk about those in a minute here, give you some ideas and suggestions. But I want you to understand that this is a settlement process. It's not a bid process where you're looking for the lowest bid. You're looking for someone who can actually work through this process with the insurance carriers, with all the other people that are going to be involved, to make sure that your home gets put back the way it needs to be put back, either reconstructed, cleaned, if it's just smoke damage, minor damage, whatever's happened, to make sure it gets done right. So who are the people that are involved? There's various people involved, but here's some of the things that names and such and folks that will come into your world now. First and foremost, we have adjusters. Okay, so the adjusters are the folks that work with the carrier, your insurance company, and help you through the process based on your policy. Based on your insurance policy, they will help you interpret it and be the person, feet on the street if you will, interaction with you on how and this is going to be put back together per the policy and what you have covered. Your limits, all that. They will go through that and work with you on it. So the adjuster can be a great advocate for you as well, and they will be involved. The next person is, there might be an independent adjuster. How's that different? Well, a lot of carriers may not have the resources or the folks to get out in a large fire, or the adjusters to get out in a large fire, so they will hire an independent third party to come out. So you may have an independent adjuster, same thing as a regular adjuster, just a third party, that will come out to you and work with you on the rebuild or the structure cleaning or the smoke damage or whatever happened with your home. If it did happen, your insurance claim, they'll work with you on the claim to interpret the policy to get this property back to where it needs to be. So that could be an independent adjuster, just to let you know. The next people that you may encounter is, there may be a flood of folks from the restoration industry or contractors. We happen to be a restoration company as well, CRBR, and we work with the standards of the industry, with the carriers and insurance companies, and you as the policyholder, to rebuild the home, clean the structure, fix the structure, if it's just smoke damage, whatever the need is, that's what we do. Third party to work to get that done. So make sure you work with somebody, because you do have options. You work with somebody who you can trust, who communicates with you, understands the process, has the administrative support to take you through the process, and understands what it's like to work with the insurance carriers or independent adjusters and such, that has a track record of doing that. That's important to help you with make the process go smooth as possible, because again, it is a settlement process. It's not just a construction job. It's going to be a settlement process, and there's some tricky things that need to happen between all the parties to make sure that this gets done right, especially with the emotions that might be going on as well of losing your home. So, restoration company, contractors, take a breath, make sure you interview them and trust who you're working with when it comes to that aspect of rebuilding the structure, cleaning the structure, or putting the process back together. The next thing is that if you're a renter, not a homeowner, just some quick tips. Get to your property management company right away, and or your owner, your landlord, and see if they have resources for you to stay someplace. Sometimes they do. They may have an additional resource where you can stay elsewhere, so you have shelter. Also, you want to make sure you communicate with the owner of the property or the management company, and know what your options are moving forward. What does this do to the lease agreement? If the home is completely destroyed, where do you stand on your lease agreement, your security deposit? What are my options moving forward? Is there another home I can lease from you, or another place? Because shelter will be critical at this point, is trying to find some place to live. And that's something that you need to get with them right away on. Again, what are my options? Do you have renter's insurance? If you did have renter's insurance, again, get with the agent. What are my options under renter's insurance? What does it cover? What does it not cover? What are the resources I can gain from that? Typically, renter's insurance covers personal property, but it might be a great leg up for you to get started in rebuilding and finding a new home and shelter for yourself and your loved ones or family. So that's important. That's very important for the renters out there that might be displaced, is understand your options when it comes to those things. Again, shelter, either from the owner that might have another place or the property management company, security deposits, what's it do to my lease, what can I do next? And then please reach out, for those of you that don't have insurance and that, please reach out to some of these resources we cited. We're going to put them up on the screen here as well again, so you can have them and see them, because there's many resources for you out there, and it's a question of whether or not you know about them. To reach out to them. They can help you with shelter. Sometimes they can help you with some clothing and things and such. So please make sure you're getting connected with those valued resources in the community. So we just wanted to get this video out real quick and give you some idea of some things to think about in this emotional time, or if you've been affected. And we want to let you know that CRBR is here as well. If you want to give us a call and talk about your options, we can do that and help you through the process. We have the facilities to do so. So be safe out there, and prayers are out to everybody that's been affected, and thank you for listening today.